So before God, I lived my life with a lot of anxiety. I was paranoid pretty much all the time, just not knowing what was to come next for me or the people around me. So I was always curious about God, but I really started to have questions after my grandma had passed away. I felt like after she passed away, I felt like I knew nothing. I had all these new feelings and questions that I had, and me being a very introverted person, I didn't know how to ask or seek for help. So I feel like it was God's plan and timing to kind of go through those things and then, end up moving to San Francisco to go to college. There, I met up with my auntie, who I haven't seen in, a couple years prior to that. So she really helped me a lot throughout the process. She ended up buying me my first Bible. She answered questions that I had about God, and she took me to church for my first time. So a couple of weeks later, one night, I'm just on Instagram in my dorm room, just scrolling through my feed, and I see Crew requested to follow me on Instagram. And so it's crazy because I was actually thinking about finding like a prayer group or a Bible study group on campus. And so I saw that they had a weekly meeting the very next night, and kind of uncharacteristic of me, me just not knowing anybody in the group or anything like that. I kind of had to take a leap of faith. I decided to go and met some really cool people, started to get more involved, started to go more weekly meetings, attended some small groups, and there's when I met Caleb. And me and him, we would meet at least once a week to talk about God and Jesus and life itself, and that's where I really began to follow Jesus. What really made me decide that I wanted a relationship with God was just seeing him pursue me. Me and my mom, we talk about this all the time. She says that there are no coincidences in life, and that everything happens for a reason. So I used to tell her about all these new signs and things that I was seeing from God, and she would tell me, like, the signs have always been there. Now I just allow myself to see and recognize them now. So far, God has impacted my life a lot. He helps me bring peace within myself in times of those anxieties, and just helps me knowing that he's there every step of the way. So now when I, start thinking about the future, it helps me to know that through him, I can do all things.